blast radius from an 11-year-old sex scandal can still prove lethal. If you're the labor secretary, Alex Acosta, who prior to serving in Donald Trump's cabinet served as the top prosecutor in Miami, out today over his role in negotiating a sweetheart deal for accused pedophile and sex trafficker.
As documenting forgotten cases of missing Black Americans. This was one of her first.
Her belongings, her overnight bag, was still left on the counters in the house, and she was never seen again.
She says police and the press often dismiss Black cases as runaways.
It has been difficult to get some of these stories told when it comes to missing people of color, cold cases involving people of color.
At the Center for Missing and Exploited Children, Director Robert Lowery told us that roughly 800,000 Americans go missing each year.
What percentage of those are African American or of color?
About 60% of the reports that we see here in the U.S. that go into those databases.
More than half.
Well over half. It really breaks a lot of commonly held thought on who are really the missing children in the U.S.
The numbers show that missing Black Americans are disproportionately represented. In 2018, more than 30% of all missing persons were Black Americans, despite making up just 13% of the total U.S. population.
We're living in an era where children are being detained in inhumane conditions by this administration, so why would we expect any kind of remorse or apology from Acosta or from Trump? And, you know, let's be clear here. Acosta leaving is not because of any moral outrage from this president.
Correct.
It's clearly because he's reading the tea leaves and he understands more than we probably give him credit for where this is going.
Yeah.
Public corruption investigators are tearing apart the U.S. attorney's handling of this in Miami. And this isn't going to get better. It's going to get more and more ugly for Acosta and likely his staff at the time in Miami. And this image of Acosta standing for half an hour on the White House lawn next to Trump is going to come back to haunt them during the 2020 campaign.
Well, let me press you on that. What does that investigation look like?
I'm going to tell you what it looks like. It looks like interviews of all the AUSAs and FBI agents in South Florida who handled this case, the police officers who interacted with those agents and prosecutors, and they're going to figure out what was the phone activity, who was dangled money, cash, jobs by Epstein and or his cutouts, and where are these people today? Who objected to the deal in the U.S. Attorney's Office, and was that documented or not?